WWE has confirmed a match between Jade Cargill and Tiffany Stratton for this event. This will be for the WWE Women's Championship and comes after Jade Cargill won the Queen of the Ring tournament. That means she gets the automatic title match at SummerSlam. So she's going to face Tiffany at this event. I think that should be a solid match. I actually originally had predicted that Naomi was going to cash in her Money in the Bank briefcase at SummerSlam. I thought that Jade was going to win the title from Tiffany, and then Naomi was going to kind of cash in her Money in the Bank contract right after. So it would kind of be a quick Jade win, and then Naomi would take it away from her. That's obviously not happening after Naomi cashed in the Money in the Bank briefcase on Io Sky and Rhea Ripley's match. So we can kind of throw that out, but that was kind of my original thinking. So now we got to kind of think about what's going to be next. My gut says that Jade Cargill is going to win. I had her winning originally with a cash in, and now I'm just going to stick with WWE putting the belt on Jade. I just think they're very high on her, and I could see her as the champion over the next several months here, and they can kind of build her up as a strong champion. Nothing against Tiffany and her kind of title reign. I just think that Jade is going to win the belt here, and that is my early prediction. Okay, so we also have a tag team match confirmed for this episode. It's going to be Randy Orton and Jelly Roll versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. Whenever you kind of have a celebrity in the mix, it's usually a pretty good goal or a pretty good guess that the celebrity is going to pick up the win. So I feel pretty confident that Orton and Jelly Roll are going to pick up the win here, and they're going to win, probably pinning Logan Paul here, with Orton pinning Paul or one of them pinning Logan Paul. I don't think Drew McIntyre is going to take the pinfall loss. I think it'll be Logan Paul. The more interesting thing to me is how much Jelly Roll is going to be involved in the match. Like, has he been training? Is he going to be like solid in the ring? Or are they just going to use him for kind of a few moments? I guess we'll kind of wait and see, but that's kind of the more interesting part of this match to me. I feel pretty good from a winning perspective that Jelly Roll and Randy Orton are going to win. Okay, so up next we have a triple threat match. It's going to be Naomi versus Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley. This is going to be for the Women's World Championship. It obviously comes after Naomi cashed in her Money in the Bank briefcase during the match between Rhea and Io at Evolution. The match between Rhea and Io was fantastic at Evolution, and I'm expecting another good one here. It'll be interesting to have kind of Naomi in the mix as a little added kind of element, but we already know that Rhea and Io have fantastic chemistry, so I'm expecting another solid match here. Wouldn't be surprised if this ends up being the best match of the entire SummerSlam, just because of the chemistry that Io and Rhea have shown. So I'm definitely excited. We'll have to wait and see though. But the winner, I'm going with Naomi. I think that she just cashed in. I think it's too soon to take the belt off her, obviously. With her just winning, it would seem kind of like a pointless cash in. I think they need to give her at least several months as the champion here and give her some time to kind of establish herself as a kind of main event level woman. I don't think she's never really had the opportunity to do that, so I think they'd be cutting her legs out by having her lose. So I think Naomi's going to win here. I feel like she'll probably cheat to win, something like that, something that kind of keeps Io and Io and Rhea looking strong and not taking kind of one of them taking a clean pinfall loss. But yeah, I'm going with Naomi winning as my pick. All right, so up next we have a match between Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. This comes after Lyra defeated Bayley in their 2 to 3 falls match. So what I think is going to happen here is Becky's going to win, and I think after this, they're going to both move on to new feuds. I just kind of feel like we've seen Becky versus Lyra face off a bunch, and I don't think we need to extend that even further after the SummerSlam pay-per-view. A Lyra kind of win here, I think, would extend the feud even further, so I think it's more likely to me that Becky wins and they kind of separate. I'm not sure, maybe Bayley shows up and costs Lyra the match, or maybe something like that happens. They can do something like that, but I think Becky's going to retain and then move on to somebody new because I think it's time for them to separate. Okay, so WWE has now confirmed Gunther versus CM Punk for this event. This comes after CM Punk won the gauntlet match on Raw, so now he faces Gunther at SummerSlam for the World Heavyweight Championship. My gut is telling me that, first of all, I think this is going to be a fantastic match. So I just want to start off by saying that before I pick a winner. I think this could be a real classic, and I definitely think this has an opportunity, like I said before, about the triple threat. I think this really also has a chance to be the best match of WrestleMania weekend. I'm pretty excited for it. Um, I think what we're going to see here, though, is Gunther retain the title. It just feels to me like they're setting up somebody costing CM Punk this match. I'm not sure if that's going to be Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed and kind of Seth Rollins' crew, or if that's going to be somebody else. But yeah, I'm just not expecting CM Punk to win the title here. I think he's more going to be chasing the title as we kind of head into um, the next several months into the build for WrestleMania 42. So I don't see a CM Punk title change here. It just, to me, it doesn't make sense. I think I see him kind of as the underdog, getting screwed over by people. I see them telling that story. So yeah, I'm going with Gunther retaining, and somebody's going to cost CM Punk the match to keep him kind of looking strong. Okay, so the final match that's been officially confirmed as of recording this is John Cena versus Cody Rhodes for the Undisputed WWE Championship. This comes after Cody won the King of the Ring tournament. I definitely think that this is going to be a fantastic match between them. They faced off before. They've put on good matches before, so I'm definitely expecting another good one here. It's pretty interesting to think of who is going to win this match. I think you could make arguments that Cody has a really good chance to kind of overcome and beat Cena finally, and then take the world title in these next several months. Cena retires and rides off into the sunset, but I don't know. I'm kind of changing my mind, and I maybe was initially thinking that, but I'm kind of changing my thinking. I think after Roman Reigns returned on the most recent episode of Raw, we saw just a huge pop for him, and I just think that that just made me feel like they're gonna do heel John Cena versus Roman Reigns kind of one more time before Cena retires. I just think that's too big of a match for them not to do. And I know we've kind of seen Cena versus Reigns before, but no, we've never seen heel Cena versus Roman Reigns. And I think that could be a really fun and interesting dynamic. And it would kind of feel like they've left something to be desired if they didn't kind of explore that. So that's kind of my gut feeling. I think John Cena is going to retain here. He'll probably do something underhanded, cheat, whatever. Cody Rhodes isn't going to lose clean. Something will happen. And then Roman Reigns will kind of show up either at SummerSlam to help out, or he'll kind of start feuding with Cena after SummerSlam, something like that. But I do think that's something to watch out for. I just think that could be kind of a fun feud. And if they're going to put the belt on somebody, I could see it maybe being Roman Reigns. But yeah, that's kind of my initial gut feeling. Let me know your predictions in the comment section below. I know that Roman is probably going to face Braun Breaker, or maybe a tag team match, Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker in a tag team match, and then AJ Styles versus Dominic Mysterio is probably going to happen, but hasn't been officially confirmed as of recording this. So once those matches get officially confirmed, I'm going to keep putting out weekly predictions videos with the full card, and if my mind changes on anything based on storylines, injuries, all that stuff. So make sure to subscribe if you're not already, and let me know if you kind of agree or disagree with me in the comment section below. Thanks a lot for watching.